tonight. So just know it is totally okay to like have questions, feel like you don't know what that's completely fine. That's starts in the beginning. And the beauty of it is we know what we're doing. So don't be scared to ask questions or ask in the team page. That is what we're here for, guys. We want every single person to feel like they have a resource in us. And so never hesitate to reach out or ask a question, and do not let the fact that you feel like you don't know what's going on keep you from getting started. Because you will learn as you go. You will learn so much so fast. So just don't be scared to jump all in and change your life, you guys. So I do want to really fast. I just want to kind of introduce me and Jess, and I'll have Patty introduce herself and kind of tell her quick little story when she talks. But just to kind of hear our stories, really, we will tell you like the 1-minute version. We won't give you the long version, but just so you kind of have an idea of who we are. So my name is Trista Marshall, and I have been with It Works now for 3 years, just over 3 years. Prior to It Works, I was a registered nurse. My husband was a firefighter. We have 2 amazing kiddos. My husband owned a business as well, a brick and mortar that he had worked very hard to kind of start up. And so when I first brought up the idea of joining a company like this, he was probably like most husbands out there, and he was like, don't you even think about it. You are not joining one of those companies. But you guys, it was always one of those things where there was something money. Even though we had good careers, we were working our butts off. We never saw each other. And so finally I was like, you know what, if I can make $500 a month, like that would be life changing for us. So I really you'll hear this so much, and probably the majority of people on here, you are starting just so you have that little bit of extra. And I want you to know that you can do that, you guys. You can do anything you have your heart set on. But if you just need that little bit of extra, like jump all in, and you can totally do it very, very, very quickly, especially kind of now. It is momentum time, you guys. So know that you can do that. But anyways, I jumped in for $500. That really was like, oh, if I could make $500, that would completely change our lives. And to make a really long story short, so within 10 months, I had replaced my full-time nursing salary. So I actually came home to work from home with my kiddos. And the time that I have gained with them, literally, I would not trade it for anything. It's worth more than any dollar amount you could ever pay me. But then 2 years in, I also retired my husband. And so now we are a full-time It Works family. We have reached Presidential Diamond. We're pushing towards the ambassador, you guys. Anybody can do this. I'm a super shy person. I'm totally even this is still kind of outside of my comfort zone. But you guys, we have an incredible gift to give to people. And do not ever feel like you're bugging people, or you're you don't want to be one of those annoying people on Facebook, because you guys, if it wasn't for Brittany sharing this opportunity with me, and me sharing it with Jess, and Jess sharing it with Ashley and Sarah and everybody, somebody out there is waiting on you to share this with them. So know that you have a gift to give to people, and it will completely change everything. So that is my story in a nutshell. Jess, you want to jump in and tell yours real fast, and then we'll get started?
Yes. So I was actually working with Trista. She and I, if you don't know, we were working together. We were pediatric nurses together. And she got started in It Works, and a couple other nurses had joined her. And I was watching from the sidelines, very silently, but very skeptically. And I was like, what are they doing? They're having fun. They're making money they were making money right away. And I was totally intrigued, but totally skeptical. And you guys, this is what I want you to remember when we talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. She and I worked together every single day, okay? And I knew what she was doing, and I was intrigued by what she was doing, but it was a social media post one night after work that she made about a $500 Ruby bonus that caught my attention, that really made me be like, okay, Trista, tell me more about this. So I actually had ordered the greens from another nurse that had gotten started under Krista. Oh my God, I can't even talk. See, this is what happens. I get nervous and I can't even talk. It's not Krista. Her name is Trista. And seriously, it made me feel so good right away that I was like, what is this business? And if you know my story, you know that I started giving it to my son, and he started feeling so much better. So I was like, okay, so maybe there's something behind all of this craziness. So I started looking into the ingredients, looking into the products, and it happened to be, guys, that next day, Trista made a post about a $500 bonus, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that $500. So here I am, a registered nurse. My husband's a principal. Great jobs. Like, we did everything right. We went to college. We got, good degrees, but we had so much debt that nobody knew about, not even our own parents. And when she talked about that extra $500, I literally was like, I have to have it. Like, I have to have that. And my husband came home. I told him all about it. He flat out told me no. Okay. So those of you who are like, I don't have a supportive spouse or significant other, like, you're not alone. Okay. It took Andy a while to get on board, as it does most people. But guys like to see dollar signs before they start cheering you on. So I was like, okay, well, I feel like I have to do this. So I did. And you guys, I can't reiterate the importance of just jumping in. And, that ignorance on fire is so magical. It is so magical. So just run with the momentum and the excitement that you have. You don't have to have a clue of what you're doing, but just be excited about it, because that is what is so attractive to people. So I just got going. And you guys, I'd always dreamed of being a stay-at-home mom. I'd always dreamed of not having all the debt that we had. I just didn't think there was any other way around it besides working my butt off for the rest of my life. And I very quickly matched my nursing salary. In less than a year's time, I, came home to my kids, started working from home. I paid off over $55,000 in credit card debt in less than a year, both of our student loans. I just built my dad his dream barn. Like, such an Indiana corny thing to say, but I did, and I love it. I'm so happy about it. We paid cash for vacations and are helping family members get out of debt. And you guys, there's nothing more amazing than being able to take care of your family, but also give back in such a huge way. So, yeah, we've made $280,000 in bonuses so far. I just hit my 3-year anniversary shortly after Trista did. And we're not stopping. I really, truly feel like we're just getting started.
We totally are. And that's the thing that it just gets me so excited, because I cannot wait to see a year from now, where every single person on this Zoom can be if you're willing to just work at it. You guys, I say it this is the best job in the world. There's nothing that we do. It's hard, you guys. It boils down to consistency and doing it on the days even when you don't feel like doing it, because you will have those days. We still have those days. The only difference is that we do it even on the days that we don't really feel like it. So, okay, so that's kind of who we are. So let's jump in kind of with the training part now. But I do want to mention before we get into that, you guys, conference tickets go on sale. And I know you're like, but girl, I just started. I can't be doing that. I get it, but y'all, you have to get to conference. If you want this business to completely change your life, get to conference. And I'm telling you, they are giving incentives to get to conference I have never, ever heard of before. So please, 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 if you can do it, be on the lookout on the 14th. Conference tickets are, they're going to announce it. Early bird tickets, you'll get a big old discount if you order on the 14th. So if you were in last month and you got paid, I think we're getting paid early, because they're probably wanting us to have the money to get your conference ticket on Monday when it's released. So if you can at all get there, my life changed because I went to conference. It's kind of I actually read this analogy, and I'll post it later in the team page, but it was such a good, they're it's kind of if you're on a sports team, conference is the practice. You don't get to go and play in the game if you don't go to practice. If you guys want this business to really change your life, you have to go to practice. You will get around the most incredible people. You will hear the most inspiring stories. You will leave with a completely new belief in yourself, in the company, and you'll be around your best friends. Your It Works team will become your family. Jess, I know you're a big, give me your spiel. Tell me why we need to get to conference.
Oh my God, you guys, I'm not even kidding. It sounds so ridiculous and cliche, but actually Ashley Kunkler and I were talking about this recently. We're okay, getting started. What was it that, before you start making all this crazy money, what is it that really grabbed our attention and just made us catch that vision of what was possible in our lives? And it was the fact that we got to an event really, really quickly and early on in our businesses. I was a couple months in when I went to my first conference. And to be honest with you, you guys, I went because I felt it's something that I should do or was supposed to do. And I'm so thankful to this day that I am, because it not only changed my business, but it changed my life. It changed how I think about myself, what I felt like I was worthy of and capable of. I went into that conference, guys, as a diamond. Okay. So I got started in this business I thought my end game was going to be Ruby. I thought that would take me years to get there. Okay. And it happened quickly. And I was like, oh my God, now what? Now what? Now what? So I went to conference as a diamond, really feeling like I kind of lucked into it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm way further than I thought I would ever would be. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what happened. But I showed up feeling like I didn't quite belong as a diamond, if that makes sense. Like it just kind of blew my mind at that point. So I showed up as a diamond, guys. And for 4 days, I cried. Trista was there with me, Sarah Esch was there with me, and I seriously was like, hearing these stories of people that were exactly like me, you know, other nurses, other moms, other people that grew up in small towns that were shy, you know, all of these things, and they get up there and they tell their stories. And you're like, oh my God, like if they can do it, why can't I do it? And then to hear the heart and soul of It Works, of our CEO and his wife, Cindy, who are just the most amazing people you've ever met in your life, to hear about all of the thought and the love and everything that goes into what comes into our products, I was seriously blown away. And then they announced these big, ginormous bonuses, and I literally, like, I think I fainted. I might have fainted, but I left there feeling like I was here for a reason. And, you know, I came into that conference beginning of February as a diamond. In 6 weeks, I was a triple diamond, guys, and I got $130,000 in bonuses. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that would not have happened if I hadn't have gone to conference, because it filled my heart and my soul with so much. I can't even put it into words. And I think we say this all the time, like, you don't realize how amazing it is until you're actually there.
Yeah. Hey, man. That was like, we're doing it again, girlfriend. Like, I know conferences here, because this time it's going to be our team doing it. And it's so awesome, you guys. So just know, comes out on Monday. Be ready. Be excited. They're going to, like, it's just going to be incredible. And we have new products coming and new countries coming. So you literally, like, you are in the right place at the right time. Okay. So that's my spiel for conference. Now let's get into training. So welcome to the team. You probably are already added into our team page on Facebook, but if you're not, make sure that you are in the team page on Facebook. That is, like, honestly, your biggest resource that you have. There is so much information in those team pages. You can search. So if you have a question about something, you can go in and you can type in, like, the keyword in the team page. And if it's been asked in there, it will pop up. So make sure you feel free to ask questions in there. Give shout outs in there. You guys, we have the best team on the planet, and we want to celebrate with you. So I know, isn't this hoodie cute? I'm getting text messages about I love this hoodie. It's like my favorite. But we want to celebrate with you. So every win or everything that you do that's outside of your comfort zone, put it in there so we can celebrate with you. If you go live for the first time, type in there like, hey guys, I'm going live. Give me some love. And we would love to do that. We want to cheer you on. And it's just a great way for us to connect with you. So make sure you're in the team page. I really, really, really recommend that you turn on post notifications for the team page so you're sure not to miss anything. Facebook is kind of tricky, and every now and then it will just, like, shut off your notifications for team pages. So I always, like, will randomly just go make sure that my post notifications are still on, because that's the easiest way for us as leaders, or for anybody really, to put information out there, or tips, or something's really working for somebody and somebody shares it in the team page. Just make sure that you're either going every day and just kind of scrolling and seeing what happened that day, or make sure you have on post notifications so you don't miss anything. Okay. Next thing I'm going to go over, let me make sure I talked about everything there. Yep. Okay. Product Coach. So Product Coach is an amazing website that I still, like, guys, I still get asked questions. I've been in 3 years and I still get asked questions about products that I'm like, I don't know. Let me find out for you. And that is totally fine to say. If somebody asks you a question and you don't know, it's totally fine to say, you know what, I am not sure, but I know where to find that answer. So let me get right back to you. Let me go find out. And Product Coach is an amazing website. It has a lot of info. So it's myitworksproductcoach.com. It's saved in my website. So myitworksproductcoach.com. The tab I use on it, so on the left will be every single product listed there. So if you click on it, it'll bring up, like, the product info for that product. But I use the general tab more than anything on there. So under general, it tells you what's soy-free, what's gluten-free, what's vegan, what's all those questions that are, like, hot and trendy. Like, those are the questions that are answered on the general tab. So I will tell you, you'll probably use that tab more than anything. But it is totally fine to tell somebody like, I don't know the answer to that. Let me find out and I'll get right back to you. Next thing is your e-suite. Okay, so you signed up and you picked, it's myitworksproductcoach.com. And we can't type that in like the team page because it gets blocked. You will notice that your link gets blocked on Facebook because we don't pay to advertise, so it's fine. We work around it. So just know that, like, you can't send your link through Messenger. That's just one of those little things. But so that's that. Okay. So then your e-suite. So you signed up, you get your e-suite free your first month. Your e-suite is literally like your lifeblood to your business. It is your back office. It's where you will track everything that has to do with your business. So your back office is esuite.itworks.com if you don't know it. And then you should have gotten an ID number when you checked out. That is what you use to log in, and you would have had to set a password as well. So you will go to esuite.itworks.com, log in. The very first thing you will do is confirm your tax info. Your account will stay on commission hold until you do that. That is like step one. Log into your eSuite, get off commission hold so you can actually start making money. Once that's done, there is a training tab that has like the corporate training to it. So it goes over things like what's a loyal customer, what is volume, what is like all of those kind of basic terms that you'll start hearing a lot of. There's some of that training. What are the steps to success? So take some time and just go through those training videos there's like for every rank. So there's newbie, there's Ruby, but that's all under the training tab in your back office or in your eSuite. Next thing is document library. So pretty much anything you could ever want to know about It Works is in your document library. So the compensation plan is in there. If there are ever promotions or like this new loyal customer thing that you've probably like been like, what's happening? I joined and then all this stuff changes and there's all these announcements. But all of those rules will always be in eSuite. Anytime there's anything new that comes out, it's going to be, hopefully my phone doesn't die. It's always going to be in eSuite. But a couple things I want to tell you specifically about. So in your document library, if you go on the left-hand side and scroll down to product info, there is a product info sheet for every single product. Starting out, I really recommend, if you can, printing those out and just putting them in a binder so that way you have it. Anytime, somebody asks you what the ingredients are or what, you just have, it has pretty much any question you could ever be asked about a product on the product info sheet. So I really recommend that you just kind of have them printed out so you know where to find the answers quickly and easily. If you do parties, it's good to just take with you so you have that. The other thing that I want you guys to do is print out your Ruby chart. So if you just go to your document library and search Ruby, it will bring up this little chart right here. And I'm going to go kind of just over some basics on this really fast. I'm going to try and do this quick and easy, but if you have questions about this, like, it's totally fine to ask. Ruby really should kind of be your first big goal. A lot of people join for $500. Ruby's average $500. Okay. So if you do this month, you guys, and it can totally be done. I know that you're like, I just joined, I don't know what I'm doing. You guys, it can be done. You just have to know that it can be done. So when you first join, your very first step is to get 5 loyal customers, okay? It used to be 4, now it's 5. But you want to get one of those in your first 72 hours. If you do that, you unlock an extra $50 onto your shopping spree. So instead of $100, you get $150 on your shopping spree. So if you get 1 loyal customer in your first 72 hours, plus 4 more in your first 30 days, so you have 5 altogether, you're going to get a $150 shopping spree. That is like step 1. You want to get your first loyal customers as quickly as you can, and we're going to talk about kind of like how to do that and some tips there. But really, guys, you just got to start posting about it and talking to people. Like reaching out to those people that like will support you just because you're you and you need some product testimonies. So don't be scared to reach out to people, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So when you get your 5 customers in your first 30 days, you're going to get $150 in free product. And then let's go over this chart really quick, okay? So this is you. And as a Ruby, you have 3 distributors on your top line. and one of them has 2 distributors under them. Okay, so essentially you have 5 people on your team. Now that could mean that you sign all 5, or this person on your top line signs these 2. But just know that generally there's about 5 distributors on your team, and you're going to hear the word volume a lot. Every single person, and your first goal, like you want to get to a volume of 400 as quickly as you can by the end of the month, okay? Because that makes you a qualified leg. So volume comes from customers or personal orders. So if you joined and you ordered some extra product, that's going to be included in your volume for this month. But really those first 5 customers, that's where your 400 in volume is going to come from. Now, it might take you 6 or 7 customers to get to 400. It just depends on what those customers order. But your goal is to get to a group volume of 400, and that makes you a qualified leg, okay? The only other thing I really want to talk about on here is how to be commission qualified, and I'm going to talk about this really quickly. But there are 2 ways to be commission qualified, and that simply just means that you are eligible to earn a paycheck. So if you have sales under you, you want to be commission qualified, you guys, because otherwise you're just throwing money away. So you can either run an 80 volume auto shipment. Okay, so every product has a price and a volume attached to it. And if you log into your back office, you can see it'll be the price listed, and then it'll say BV right under it. And that's the volume. And you either run an 80 volume auto shipment, which is usually 2 to 3 things, or if you have 150 in personal sales, so that's customers directly under you ordering, you are commission qualified either way. Personally, I have always ran my auto shipment, and I really recommend that you run your auto shipment, you guys. It is going to take your business, like people want to know what you like, what you think about products. They don't, if they're like, well, what do you think about it? And you're like, I don't know, I've never tried it. It's kind of hard to sell it at that point. Your personal testimony and your personal belief is what is going to kind of take your business to that next level. So, I really recommend that you're a product of the product. Once you fall in love with the product and it genuinely changes your quality of life, it becomes easy to talk about. It doesn't feel like sales because, you guys, I haven't worn my hair down in 2 years. Jess, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I have not worn my hair down in 2 years because these have been so broken off because I went like platinum, like Jess blonde. Like my hair was so super blonde. But you guys, collagen in 1 month. And I already had like 4 people in my inbox tonight because I put my picture out there and I said, this is what it's done for me. So people want to know what you're using, what you love. So I really recommend you run your auto shipment. Don't risk it. If somebody sends something back and drops you below 150, that can affect you being commission qualified. So if there is any way possible that you can run that auto shipment, you guys run it. It's not worth risking not getting a paycheck. Okay. Let me make sure I talked about everything there. Okay, the new loyal customer program, you guys. Okay, so our goal is still to get loyal customers to be on product for a period of time, okay? So I know now we came out and we're like, you don't have any mandatory auto shipment and things like that, but you guys, we still want them to order month after month after month because they're going to get better results. Your income is going to grow the more that they order. So the only thing they did, so it used to be you could be a loyal customer and get our discount if you ordered 1 product for 3 months, okay? It could be a different product, same product, didn't matter. But you just had to get 1 product for 3 months. We still want to push that people order more than 1 time. It's just now they do not have to. They're not going to be penalized. They're not going to have to pay a cancellation fee. So it's an incredible program, and they're going to get $10 if they order a second month and $10 more if they order a third month, and it's just going to keep getting better. So just know that there is no like fee or penalty that they have to pay if they cancel, but we really want them to be ordering for more than 1 month because they're going to get better results the longer they're on product. So it's important to be in touch with your customers and making sure that they're liking their products and following up with them because that's going to increase the likelihood that they stay on ordering, but also loyal customers become distributors. And so if you take really good care of your customers, they eventually will join your team because they're going to have great results. They're going to have people talking to them about it, about what they're doing. And so just take really good love on your customers, follow up with them, make sure that they're getting kind of the results that they want. Okay. Did I miss anything there, Jess?
No, I was just going to say I actually really like that they've done this because they put such a positive spin on continuing to order. It's not because, you know, you want to avoid a $50 loyal customer fee or, you know, whatever, but it's like they're getting inundated with free products and promo codes, like all sorts of like amazingness that like they're not going to want to stop ordering if you let them know why they need to continue to order.
Yeah, it's so good. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's taken all the scary, like mandatory auto shipment, kind of the scary, kind of intimidating words away, but replaced it with incentives and bonuses and just reasons to keep your auto shipment on. Okay. All right, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So I'm going to talk really quickly about a 100s list, and then Jess is going to hop into like how to actually work your business. But you will hear this term a lot, and it is honestly, you guys, like the lifeblood to your business, okay? So a 100s list literally is just a list of names. Some people call it a 30s list. Some people call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Just get some names on a piece of paper of just people that you know, people that you think could benefit from products, people who you think might need an extra income. Just names on a list. Anytime you have a conversation with somebody, they go on this list. Every single time. You guys don't forget to add somebody to your list because you're busy or whatever, because if you don't get their name on a list, you will forget to follow up with them. You'll forget you had a conversation with them. So your list is ever evolving. So I have people on my list who were like the first names I wrote down that still, they haven't joined, they haven't become a customer yet, but they will eventually. But you're going to start kind of working through that and reaching out to people. And, you know, continuing to build relationships, but names on a list is the lifeblood to your business. So that's what we call your 100s list. So that's like if you have a conversation with somebody about a product, they're going to go on that so that you know to follow up with them if they don't order right away. Or maybe you had a conversation about the business. This is, like I said, it's an ever evolving list. My goal is to add at least one name to my 100s list every single day. Some days I add more, some days I don't get that one on there, but your goal should be to be talking to new people every single day about your business. But we're going to kind of talk about like how to start talking about the business. And so Jessica, I'm going to try and plug my phone in, but do you want to take off with like posting? You're muted.
I'm just talking away.
Here you go.
If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to like answer questions and keep up with stuff in the chat. So there is a chat function. If you have questions, feel free to pop those in there so we can make sure that we answer all of your questions as we go. Okay, let's talk about posting, you guys. And again, ask questions as you need to, but I'm sorry, there's like a mosquito flying around my head in here. Okay, so here we go. So we are in a digital social media led world right now, guys, okay? And I feel like it now more than ever, it's really crucial that we are using social media to be able to grow that long-term business that we all want, right? Because, you know, let's face it, stores, you know, actual stores are phasing out and social media is really where it's at. So we want to use social media, but we want to use it well. So we're going to talk tonight about some do's and some don'ts. I want to make sure that I answer all of your questions tonight. So let's just hop in here. I want to preface this with the fact that I probably felt when I started this business, like probably many of you are feeling. I actually told Trista the night that I joined that I didn't really know how much I would do with this because I didn't want to be one of those girls on Facebook, okay? She said something to me that Brittany Landrum said to her that really kind of changed my perspective of this. And she said, okay, Jess, you can run your business however you want to, but let me ask you an honest question. If you had not have been watching me posting, talking about, you know, my goals, talking about the products, talking about the money, would you be joining me right now? And the honest answer was no, I wouldn't, right? Because I wouldn't have known about it. So the fact that she was having fun, she was building friendships, she was making money, and she was loving the products is what caught my attention. Okay, so I want you to think about when you're using social media, I want you to think about what it was that caught your attention. Was it a post that somebody made? Was it a video that somebody did? Was it a message that you received? Like, what was it that caught your attention? And that's really what you kind of want to latch onto, right? Because if that caught your attention, by you doing that same thing, you're going to catch other people's attention. So you guys, posting is the easiest thing that we can do to reach a large group of people, right? You guys, social media is limitless. You have to remember that this company alone is in 22 different countries, okay? And we have a little over 100,000 distributors worldwide. So you have limitless potential, okay? So it does not matter where you come from. It does not matter how small of a network that you have or how few supporters that you have right now. You know, maybe no one's cheering you on in the beginning. I want you to know that that's normal. But with a social media based business, that's completely irrelevant. Okay, it does not matter. I want you to remember. I want you to jot this down. So as we're going through this, make some notes here because I'm going to give you some stuff I want you to write down. There are a couple pages that we have to make your life so easy. So even if you are how I felt when I started this business, where I felt like I couldn't fit one more thing onto my plate, and I was super crazy busy. Nobody was busier than I was, right? That's how I felt. We've tried to simplify things and try to make your life a lot easier when it comes to this. So you should be in a couple of pages. There's a page called The First 25 Posts, and there's a page called Signing Loyal Customers and Distributors. That's their money. Okay. So when you're getting started and you're like, I don't know what to post. I don't know how to talk about the business. I don't know what products to post about. Those 2 pages are full of post ideas. They're full of pictures for you to be able to utilize. Okay. So make sure you're in both of those. And if you're not, ask your enroller to get you added to that. But like I said, guys, there is a wrong way and there is a right way, right, to use social media, because we don't want to be one of those people, right? So first off, let's talk about some do's, okay? These are things you want to do, okay? What you do want to do when it comes to social media is you do want to make sure that you are posting consistently. You're going to hear this word on repeat all night long, okay? Consistency is the name of the game. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, that's the secret key to this. That's the secret sauce to this business. It's consistency. Okay. So not only is consistency important because it shows that you're taking your business seriously, right? So whether you made that initial post that I'm so excited, I just started, Trista, will you type those pages in the chat? It shows it. When someone makes that first post, either that I'm so excited, I just started this new It Works business, or, I'd like to welcome so-and-so to the team. Once that initial post is made, all eyes are on you. Whether you think so or not, people are watching. Okay, what is she going to do? What is this? What the heck is It Works? And how many friends do we have, guys, that join and jump company to company to company? And probably, let's be real, they're thinking, oh boy, what's she doing? Or, oh boy, someone's hopping into something else, right? I feel like it's my job to show them what we have. It's my job to show them that It Works is not just another MLM. It Works is not just another startup company. You guys, we are here. We've been here for a long time, and people just don't know, right? So how we post consistently shows that we are taking our business seriously. But also, if you think about, I actually made this post in the team pages this morning, or one of them last night, about the 2 tanning beds. Okay, so if you have let's say one store, let's say it's a tanning bed, and they're open, every single day, 365. They're open all the time. They've got amazing specials. They're super excited. They're colorful. They're bright. They're fun. They're awesome, right? And then you have the tanning bed down the street. They're only open about once a week. And, they only really advertise when they have like a BOGO deal out, or they're only really there when it's convenient for them, right? Which tanning bed are you going to go to? That's a no-brainer, right? This is the same thing, okay? Because you want to be, let's say that somebody is friends with more than one It Works distributor on their Facebook page, okay? So let's say they're friends with me and they're friends with, Ashley, you're right below me, so I keep attacking you, and I'm sorry. I'm going to pick you. You're like in my Brady Bunch screen. And then there's Ashley. But let's say that I am out there and I'm like, I post, every once in a while, maybe once a week, maybe when it fits into my schedule, maybe just when there's a special out. But then Ashley's out there and she's posting every day. She's talking about how much fun she's having. She's talking about a different product every day. She's talking about where she's going in this business. So if someone's friends with both of us on social media and they're like, you know what, I just lost my job. Holy crap, I just lost my job and I don't know what I'm going to do. Which one of us do you think she's going to go to? She's going to go to Ashley, because Ashley is consistent, she's excited, and she's committed, clearly, right? And I'm just kind of here when it's convenient for me. So you want to be the person that somebody comes to when something changes in their life, you know, when they're ready to lose weight, or when they're ready to pick up an extra income because they lost their insurance at work, or whatever the reason is. You want to be that person. Being consistent with posting shows that you are that person, you guys, and I can't reiterate that enough. Okay, so what should we be posting about every single day? We should be talking about products every day. We should be talking about the business side of this. We're going to get more into that in just a second. Another thing that we do want to do is we want to stay positive, okay? We don't want to be trash talking people. We don't want to be cussing people. We don't want to be going on a political rampage on our page. Once you put it out there that, you know, this is what you're doing and you're using social media, guys, as your platform, that becomes your storefront, okay? It's no different than hanging some hateful banners outside of a store window, right? This is your storefront. So oftentimes what I tell people is, you know, do some homework. Go through your Facebook page or go through your Instagram page and go back a couple weeks. If you were somebody just kind of interested or intrigued by what somebody might be doing, what would they feel when they go and look at your page? Are they like completely turned off because you're so negative? Or are they like, oh man, I could really like be friends with this girl. I think I want to be best friends with that Jessica girl, because she's like smiling, she's happy, like I don't know what she's drinking, but I want some of it too. That's what you want people to feel when they come to your social media pages, okay? Be likable, guys. You have to remember that people are going to buy you long before they buy a product from you, long before they join your team, they buy you. So are you being a likable person? And another thing that you want to do is you want to be creative. You know, the whole point with social media is getting people to stop that scroll. We all do it, guys. We all hop on Facebook and we do one of these, right? We're just looking. I do it. We all do it. We go into the mindless scroll. So what do we put out there that gets somebody to stop that scroll and look and pay attention to what you're saying? So what we can do is, you know, let me preface this with, okay, so we have these pages that you can use, right? The signing loyal customers and distributors, the first 25 days. You have all these people and leaders, and you're like, oh, that's a great idea. I want to use that. I want to post about that. But what I want you to do is I want you to make it you, okay? You can use an idea. Let's say you see a post of mine and you're like, I love that. That's an awesome greens post. But maybe use that with you. Maybe talk about how it makes you feel. Maybe use a picture of you to get people to stop, all right? Get people to stop that scroll. When you're posting on social media, you want to post what you always did before. You don't want to become a different person, but you just want to do more of it, right? You just want to consistently be on someone's page every day. Because even if you're not talking about it works, guys, you're being, you know, what we want to do is we want to be a positive light in people's lives, right? We want to make them smile. We want to make them laugh. Because even if I'm talking about my crazy Weimaraners, someone stops and sees that, they're like, oh, I was totally gonna order that hair, skin, and nails from that girl yesterday. I totally forgot. Or just like, you know, I kind of like that girl. She's kind of silly and goofy. I think I could totally get behind that girl. Those are why we have those just normal posts, right? But here's some things that you want. So when you're posting about non-it works posts, okay, because that is important, because we don't want to just be a walking billboard, right? You should never go to your Facebook page or your Instagram page and just see it works, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. That is a turn off, right? That's a turn off. So make sure that you're not doing that. So what you want to do is you want to post about a product. You want to post about the business, but you also want to post about you and your life as well, because people are following you in your journey. So here are some things to jot down, to post about outside of it works, okay? We call it the F's, all right? So faces, they want to see you guys, and I know that's intimidating, and I know I was not a selfie person, but they want to see you. They want to see your face. People love to see food. I know that's weird, but people love to see posts about food, faith, family, fashion, fun, and friendship. Okay. And there's probably some other ones that I'm forgetting, but that's what's coming to my mind right now. But think about that. If it starts with an F, be reasonable there. That's probably something that you should be posting about. But that's what people like to see. Okay. But I almost always, with a post, I almost always use a picture with that because we want something to draw attention. We want something eye-catching, something that's going to make somebody stop, right? Okay. So let's talk about product posts. Best thing I can tell you is try to get some products in your hands right away. Whether that is ordering products, whether that is getting those loyal customers coming in so that you get that shopping spree, getting products in your hands for you to take pictures of, for you to take pictures of you using. That's huge, guys. Oh my gosh. Tristan and I both, guys, when we started this, we took pictures every single morning of us drinking our greens in our scrubs every single morning. But you know what we sold the bejesus out of? We sold a whole lot of greens, okay? People want to know what you're using. They want to know what you are using. But here's the important thing. What I do want you to know is that you can and should be posting about products even before you get something in your hands. You can still talk about what a product is, what it does, and why you're excited to try it before you've ever even tried it. I don't ever want you to say, oh my gosh, I am blown away by my cleanse results. I love the taste of the cleanse and you've never even tried it. Please don't do that. But what I want you to do is say, one of the products that I'm most excited about trying is the cleanse. This is what it does and this is what it's good for. I cannot wait till it comes. Okay. Again, in those pages that I mentioned, there are pictures, there are posts, there are all sorts of stuff. But you can't expect to sign customers if you aren't talking about the products, right? Before and after pictures, guys, they are money. They are money. People want to see real results. If you have your own personal results from a product, even better. Like Trista was talking about, just mentioning the collagen with her hair tonight, how many potentials that she has. Good. That's a great question, Nina. I don't talk about something that I don't post about a product that I don't use or like. I'm at the point in my business now where, like, if there's something that I'm not a fan of, that's just not something I promote really. You know, some people will come in and be like, you know, I don't like the wraps. I'm like, fine, don't talk about the wraps. We have 55 other products to talk about. You don't have to talk about every single product that we have. But to that point, Nina, like if I am, let's say with the greens, I'm posting about the greens, I will be flat out and upfront with people that I think the orange greens are disgusting. And I tell people that, and they love my honesty, you know? So I think there's ways to be like super honest, but keep things positive. Again, get your own results, you know, find a product to fall in love with. Find, you know, whether it's, you know, your own wrap results, whether you're trying to lose weight or get your own hair, skin, and nails results, whatever it is, find a product to completely fall in love with and use, you know, do your own 90-day challenge with one of our products and get your own before and after pictures and watch what it does for your business. You will be completely blown away by the amount of people that want that product, okay? So find something that you wanna focus on and just start talking about it, guys. I talk so much about how the greens and the probiotic have changed my life. I talk about it all the time. So what do you think that I sell the most of? The greens and the probiotic. Okay. Another thing that's super duper awesome, you guys, I'm mainly talking about Facebook here because I just feel like that's kind of universal. Most people use that most, but most of this translates the same over to Instagram. So I actually work both, and if you have more specific Instagram questions, we can go over those later. Stories on Instagram and Facebook, you guys, are amazing. They're a great place to post before and after pictures. It's a great place to do polls and ask people, you know, if they're interested in trying a product or whatever it is. It's a great place to post about products and the business, really. Another thing that I like about that is that you can see who's looking at them. That helps with follow-up, right? Okay, business. Let's talk about posting about the business. What should we be posting about with the business? Promotions, clearly. Other people's stories. You know, a lot of people will say, well, Jess, I haven't made money yet, or I don't have my own success story yet, so how do I post about the business? You are a part of a team that is full of success, guys. You are a part of a team that is going places, that knows we're going places, that has been places. share stories. It's totally fine to share other people's stories. And if you've even noticed in the last couple weeks, we've been doing that a lot, even in our stories, talking about other people's like just little short stories. Just showing that you're not some magical unicorn out there all by yourself, that there are other people in this with you that are making a lot of money, or that are, whatever their success is. It's okay to share other people's until you have built your own, right? As far as business goes, you should be talking about why you joined. People want to know the real you, okay? They want to know why you joined. Share your journey. Share every little success. Talk about, if you if you sign a loyal customer, you should be posting in that. If you sign a new teammate or distributor, you should be posting that. If you sell a wrap and it puts gas in your car, you should be posting that, okay? Oh, hang on. Maybe. Sharing those small successes. And here's what's easy to get wrapped up in. And I am guilty of this myself. You can get very wrapped up in sharing those big monumental things like, oh my gosh, so-and-so just got a $10,000 bonus. So-and-so has made $240,000 in bonuses. But if there was someone like me, when I got started, they'd be like, sure they did, right? It's true. But when you can talk about the fact that you, with your first paycheck, put gas in your car and went to the grocery store, people are like, what? Because you have to remember that what most people need this business for is just the common daily necessities. More people than not, guys, are struggling with putting gas in their car, with buying groceries, or buying a pack of diapers for their kids. So we can talk about these big, amazing things, but what it comes down to is people really just want to know that they can make a paycheck to pay for just those daily things, right? So don't forget to hit on those small successes along the way, because those small successes, guys, they grab a lot of attention. Talk about where you're going. Be excited about where you're going. Like, oh my gosh, I'm going after this bonus. I'm going after Ruby. It's $500 a month, and this is what it's going to do for my family. Be specific with your goals and be loud and be proud about it. Tell people where you're going. What is this going to do for you? You don't have to wait to talk about the business until something big happens. Talk about what it's going to do. Maybe you have dreamed of always being able to go to Disney World. So maybe you post a picture of Disney and talk about how that's always been a dream of yours, and that this is what's going to get you there. That this is what is going to make that dream come true for you. And let people cheer you on. It's about letting people follow your journey, guys. They just want to be a part of watching this, right? It's so fun. Be confident, guys. And I know that's easier said than done, because I have not always been a confident person, but I faked it really well. Okay. I was really super excited and came across extremely confident in my abilities when I started this business. Okay. And I would post about, this is what I'm going for. This is what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped. And that's what is so, people want to be a part of that. They don't care if you don't know everything about the business. They don't care if you don't know anything about the products, but what they want to know is like, she's so happy and she's so excited and she's so pumped. And I want to be a part of that too. That is so contagious, guys. So just get excited. Just get excited and be confident about what you have your hands on. And again, in those pages, first 25 days in signing loyal customers and distributors, there are some really good business posts in there as well. So what do people want? People want friendships. They want to look good. They want to feel good. And they want more money. You guys, we can help them with every single one of those. Okay? And you should be posting about every single one of those. Make people feel something in your posts, guys. I see so often people be like, I'm posting every day. I'm like, yeah, you are, but it's nothing good. So you guys pay attention to what you are posting. It's about quality, not quantity. Don't be going over to Pinterest and getting some stupid graphic that somebody typed up that looks just corny and like, that does nobody any good. That's not going to stop anybody scroll. Okay. So let's just say you can go over to Pinterest and you can get a graphic. It's like Fat Fighters, $25. Okay. Or you can show me scarfing down a piece of pizza, holding up my Fat Fighter bottle. Which one's going to get someone to stop their scroll? This one, right? Because it's funny. So just make people feel something is what I'm getting at with that. And again, people are going to buy you. Don't forget that. Okay, so what should we not be posting about? These are don'ts. I only have a couple, and then I'm going to pass it over to somebody else. Do not. These are don'ts. Sorry, I've got dogs galore out here with me right now. Watch it with the shared posts, okay? I think a lot of times when people get into this, they're used to just like sharing all sorts of posts, like funny posts, funny videos, recipes, all sorts of crazy stuff. But number one, it kills your Facebook algorithm, okay? Facebook doesn't like that you're showing all this stuff. But also, if somebody has to go down and look for through 3 days of recipes to find something about it works when they're intrigued by what you're doing, they're going to stop looking, all right? You have to remember that now that your page is your storefront, you want to keep it clean, okay? You want to keep it clean. So be careful with the shared posts. But that also goes into not sharing. I've had people that join this business and they can't understand why they haven't seen success when they've never made a single post of their own. They just share other people's, right? Like me, maybe I take 15 minutes and I make this really thoughtful post, right? And I put it out there and then they just hit share. Well, yeah, they're like, that's cool, Jess, but who are you and why haven't you posted anything? Aren't you excited about this business too? So be careful with that, okay? Be careful with sharing other people's posts. You don't want to post more than once per hour. All right. So sometimes what I see is someone will post like picture of their kids. 20 minutes later, they post something about it works. 15 minutes later, they're posting something else about something else. Again, it's a Facebook thing, guys. Facebook they're weird and they will like kind of keep your viewers at a minimum. Okay. So you don't want to post anything, regardless of what it is. You don't want to post it more than hourly. Okay. So my recommendation is I would make it like one product post a day. I would do one business post a day, and then I would do a couple filler posts as well. Okay, that's what I do. Again, don't just copy and paste. You want people to like you want them to feel something from you. And again, like I said, don't post just to make a post. You know, make a post when you have a few minutes. You know what I mean? Make a post when you're like, okay, that's good. I love that, but I'm going to tweak these emojis and I'm going to make it sound like what I did, or I'm going to put in my own picture. So use that idea, but take a couple minutes just to make it more unique to you. Okay. And don't be spammy. Like I said, it should not be just be, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. You know, we want you in there too. We want some funny stuff. We want your dog. We want you. We want your kids. We want your job. We want to know, we still want to see the core of you as well. So again, the keys to posting, you guys: consistency, quality, and excitement. Consistency, you have to, if you want to have a successful social media based business, if you're not posting every day, you cannot expect to be successful. You have to show that excitement, whether you're just getting started, no matter what is going on, just being excited, you guys, is so contagious for people. And like I said, just quality. And what I mean by that is not just throwing up a post just to throw up a post, but using something that is genuine, that's funny, or that is unique to you. Just take that time to just tweak it and make it more you. I'm going to stop right there because I could talk about this all night.
That's so good. I have like all these little bullet points that I was going to like reiterate, and then you reiterated it. So I'm like, good. Awesome. We're on the same page. Really, I mean, Jess said it more than once, you guys. People buy you before they buy the business, before they buy a product. They want to see you when they look at your page. They don't want to be blasted. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. And so like, and I would like take a real look at your page. Like when somebody comes to your page, you have 3 scrolls before they make a decision if they're going to be your friend. Okay. So you want to make sure that what you have up at all times is quality. You're not spamming people. You're not sharing a bunch of stuff. You're not, you want people to know what you're about within three scrolls, and it has to be eye-catching. And I was going to talk about this earlier and I forgot. So I'm going to mention some really quick apps that you want to make sure you download. Okay. And we use these a lot for like filtering to make your pictures look really eye-catching, because pictures are what make people stop. Okay. So there are simple things you can do. Like when you're taking a selfie, face the window instead of having the sun behind you. It makes all the difference in the world of what your picture looks like. And pretty pictures make people stop. So just simple things like that. But then pick, tap, go is an amazing app that you can filter your pictures with. It's pretty basic. It's not very high tech, and it's not scary. It's a simple app. Word Swag will help you add words to pictures, and PixArt is a great one to add, like Jess said, like celebrate the small wins. So when you get an email, PixArt is a really great app to collage the pictures together. So if you're at the park and you sign a customer, you take a picture of you at the park, have your customer email, put it on top, and say, oh my gosh, how awesome is it that I could do this while I'm at the park with my kids? People love the freedom to work kind of wherever, whenever that this business provides. So share that. What else? Jess said it, but you guys, it's quality over quantity as far as posting goes. Facebook is all about relationship building. And if it catches on to you that you are like just spamming people, or you're not really here to build relationships, it will shut down your algorithm. So you have to be real. You have to be you. You have to be authentic in your posting. And I really like, write down 5 words that you want people to think of when they like come to your page. The number one thing I hear when I talk to people who join me, they're like, you just look like you're having fun. Like your page just looks fun. So really think about, like, do you want people to be inspired? Do you want them to, whatever the case may be, and then go and look at your page and see like, well, is that the vibe I get when I'm like scrolling through my page? Does it look fun? Does it look whatever? It's like you want your life to be out there with it work sprinkled in. That's like the easiest way I know to, like, you're living your life with just little sprinkles of it works all over the place. And people want that because you're having fun and you're putting out positivity and you're making friends and you're doing all this cool stuff. So, okay.
Hang on, time out. There's a question in the chat. It's a really good question. I'm going to let you answer it. So it says, I've been told many times that this is just another gimmick. How would you respond to that without ever trying a product yet?
So, okay. So I will tell you the one thing that, and Jess kind of mentioned this a little bit. The one thing that I noticed when I was, because you got, honestly, like before I joined, I thought this company was the biggest bunch of crap. Like I was like, those people are lying. Like almost everybody goes through that at some point. Like there's actually a funny post that used to like circulate, like the 7 stages of a rap girl. Like first you're like making fun of them, and then you're annoyed by them, and then you're like, but wait a minute, what if that really works? And then you're all in. Almost every single one of us has gone through that. So I can literally say the reason, like I thought it was the biggest joke, but the thing that caught my attention is that I saw more than one person being successful. It wasn't just one, it was lots. So the more that you can share, you know, it's not just me, it's not just Jess, it's not just Ashley or Christy or Patty or Melanie. Like there are so many people whose lives are being completely changed by this. And you guys, you have to know that it doesn't matter how many success stories I put out there, there are still going to be people who think this is a bunch of crap. That's part of it. That is never going to change. People don't have a brain cell for what we do. We are not taught in school anything of, even in entrepreneur classes, they don't teach multi-level marketing or direct sales. They just don't. So people don't have a brain cell for it. So that's our job, to educate and to say, you know what, I understand because I was there. Like I get it. But then I saw it literally changing so many people's lives. Your belief in the product will grow with time. But again, that's why you have to personally get some product on hand and start using it. Get to events, get around people, get to team meetings, get on these Zooms, because that's where your belief grows. So now, honestly, when people are like, oh, that's a bunch of crap, I'm like, oh, really? Like my hair says it's not. My bank account says it's not. I have all these friends that say it's not. It has literally changed so many people's lives, but you just have to get around the fire to get that belief to where you can confidently say like, well, it's not. And here's why I can tell you that.
Yep. And I feel like too, I feel like it's so funny because, I feel like even in the beginning, even the people that were like, what are you doing, Jess? Or, oh God, Jess, or, even like made a couple comments like that. I have been so consistent with my business, and I'm clearly not going anywhere, that over time, those people have become my customers, and those people have become my teammates because they're like, oh, she's serious. This is serious. Because there are, guys, unfortunately, there are a lot of pop-up companies. There are a lot of like people that will join something for 2 weeks and quit. Like that's the world that we live in now. So really it's about you showing them consistently what we have, because here's the thing. What I have found is when people hear of It Works, if they have heard of It Works, which rarely have they, but if they have, they've heard of our wrap and they're skeptical of it. I was as well, but they have no idea what else we have. So posting about the other products that we're having, they're like, I had no idea that you had that. Oh my God, I had no idea that you had that. Oh my gosh, no way. So it's kind of showing the variety of things that we have, in the opportunity that is there, because we're living in a world where, you guys, like I said before, this is where it's going. This is where the world is going.
Amen. All right. So we could go literally on and on and on for hours about posting and about social media, because it is literally like, it is such an incredible tool, and it is an amazing tool when used correctly. So we could do like another Zoom about that, but right now, if you've joined, you have heard a lot about Host to Post. So Miss Patty, let me find you. Hang on. So Patty joined me. Okay, I'm gonna tell a little bit of the story on Patty, because she messaged me, I don't know, like a year and a half ago. And she was like, hey girl, I'm interested in joining. I'm like, oh great. Every time you get one of those messages, you get so excited and you're like, okay. And I'm messaging her back, and she messages me back like one question, and then she completely ignores me for like a year, okay? I would follow up with her, and she wouldn't respond. $10 kits comes out last summer, so you could join for $10. She's like, yeah, girl, I'm going to join tonight. Got on my website and chickened out over $10, but it's fine. Then she went back to ignoring me, and then this year, you guys, she joined in what, March?
Yeah.
She went Ruby, got her $1,000 bonus. Went Emerald, got her $5,000 bonus. Went Diamond, got her $7,500 bonus. And then she's going double Diamond this month, getting a $10,000 bonus. So it doesn't matter if people tell you no and then they ignore you and they whatever. Like when the time is right, it doesn't matter. Like it's go time. And this girl, she has done so much. Her team utilizes Host to Post. Like, they do so incredible with it. So I want her to talk about Host to Post, the basics, why we love it, and just kind of how to do it well and how to use it to grow your business from the very beginning, because it is such an incredible tool. All right, Patty, girlfriend, go.
I have my teacher sweater on, so I'm actually a teacher in real life. I got my sweatpants on because, teacher lifestyle, you need your sweatpants afterwards. I'm so jealous of you guys. But know that it's possible. I actually, this past month, made what I did in teaching. So it's totally doable. It's possible. Like Trista said, it took me a year, a solid year. I gave up $9. What was it? The Stellar kit for $9. I could have signed my husband and I up for $20. Instead, I was real smart about it. My teacher style, and I signed us up for $200. So it's totally doable. But back to the Host to Post. The biggest thing for me is knowing that it's okay for people to tell you no, because you're going to hear no all the time. I heard no from my own sister. I asked my own sister, can you Host Post me? And she was like, nope, not doing it. Sorry. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. So that's first. In the Diamond Dreams, there is a whole script. There's lots of different scripts. They talked about variety today, but start with something that you're comfortable with. Start with something that maybe some of your friends want to reach out and do or host a post for you. So if you have somebody that tries a product, for example, I started with the greens because that was something that I had taken before. So I started with the greens. I was comfortable with it. And I messaged Trissa. I'm like, hey, I need to host a post for greens. And she's like, oh, I've never had anyone ask me just for greens, but okay, let me come up with something. So it's okay to ask questions. She came up with something and I hosted a post for them and I got some hits and I just was consistently posting. The second thing is that if somebody is interested in the cleanse and you've never tried it, it's okay to have somebody host a post, but just make sure, like Jessica said, that you are honest with them about it. The first thing that you do is you just message, hey girl, I got a question. Hey girl, I got a question. All the way down. So what I did is I started with the A's and I just worked my way down. Hey girl, I got a question. Even now, if I go back in my messages, Trista, I did save yours, so I have proof as to our conversation for a year. But I go through and I see 100, hey girl, I got a question. And out of those 100, there's probably 20 that message me back. Yep, what's up? So then there's another script. It's, hey, will you do me a huge favor? Would you mind posting a post on your page, which basically means I give you a post, you post it, and I'll send you a free product depending on how many customers I get. Out of those 20, I may get 5 that say, yep, sure, no problem. Some will say, nope, it's not for me. Okay, no problem, thank you. But then I've planted a seed. That's the other thing that you need to realize too that took me a little bit is I planted a seed because they come back. And they're like, oh, well, I see all these posts now. Tell me more. So then I already planted that seed, so then they'll host a post. So you go back and they host the post, they copy and they paste it, they tag you in it. You go in and you put a picture. The picture is the key. If you don't have a picture, then it's kind of like, oh yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds in 90 days, but I don't exercise. I don't have time. Like I'm a teacher. I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. I don't have time for the gym. Maya does tumbling. Jake does baseball and basketball, and I don't have time. I have papers to grade, right? So having that. And then I also post my own personal pictures. This was me a year ago. This is me now. So I post that as well. And then anyone who's interested. So they'll just say, I'm interested. I'll message them. Messaging you. So then I go, this is the key. If you don't write anything else down about this hosted post, this is the key. Friend request them first, then send the message. Because if you just send a message, it gets lost. They won't see it. So send them a friend request, then send them the message, and just telling them about the product. And there's a script for that as well. So make sure that you send that script. There's a script for you to follow about every single product. And if there's not, Trista is your girl. That's the one I go to. She comes up with all sorts of wonderful hosted posts for you. The other thing that you could do is to offer a free sample. So you could say who's interested in a free sample of keto energy. So you've bought one, there's 30 of them. And if you drop an emoji, I'll send you a free sample if you host a post for me. That's how I got a lot of them for the beginning. There was this thing that we just did about everyone put in $20. Not everyone. If you wanted to, you put in $20 and there was a $500 gift card. So we've been seeing that. So if you see those posts, know that that's probably not something you can copy and paste at this time. But when we do it again, I would definitely, and I was that person. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to put in 20. I don't know. But I'm so glad I did because I had 22 hosted posts. I remember one night, I think it must have been a Friday night. No, it was a Thursday night. Because I had school the next day. And I messaged Trista and I was like, I am so overwhelmed right now with these hosted post messages because they just kept going through. And I had like 22 hosted post messages in one night. Just because people were like, oh, $500, sure, I'll host a post for you and enter my name. And that's something that if it comes around again and we do it, I highly, highly recommend it. Because from that, I got 17 customers in like 2 weeks. But then I planted seeds. I have planted so many seeds because so many people saw them. And anyone who liked the hosted post, I sent them a friend request and a message. Just being like, hey, are you interested? And I remember some girls like, how do I know you? I'm like, oh, we just have mutual friends. Like, you know, I thought I went to high school with Trista for 2 years until I was like, hey, do you remember this person? She's like, we didn't go to high school together. So it's okay. You will meet so many people, and that's how you will expand your network. And that was the thing that I really needed help with, was expanding my network, because I was friends with people from high school and people from college and people that I worked with. And they saw that, but how did I get past that? So hosting the post, and then they'll tell about the products. The other thing from those hosted posts, when they send you a message saying, oh my gosh, I tried the product today and I didn't have soda for the first time in forever and I don't have a headache. Screenshot that, take a picture, put it on your next post. Look at these messages. They never get old. I felt great today. I lost 5 pounds. I lost 10.8 pounds, and celebrate with them, because really it's all about relationships. Let me look and make sure. Have a question. The scripts, the pic, the message, sample. If you're not already, you should be in Diamond Dreams. But if you're not, look and find the HAP scripts. And I have an Apple phone. I have an iPhone. So what I did is I took, because in Facebook, you have to copy the whole thing. And I got really sick of trying to delete that. So what I did is I copied the script and I saved it in notes. So I have cleanse HAP, triple threat HAP, keto coffee HAP. And I have them all saved in notes. So then I just copy and paste, and it literally just goes in order. So Trista, I think, oh, the last thing, you can hide it from your timeline. So a lot of times, if you're in real estate or if you do something else, you can hide the host a post from your personal timeline. So that way it doesn't bombard your page. And I actually need to do that. I need to go back and hide them all from my page. So once you host a post and they tag you, you'll get those notifications. And if you go and hide them from your page, then it won't bombard your page and people will see other things instead of 20,000 messages that say the exact same thing. So hiding those from your timeline is always a great idea. And my biggest advice to you is just be okay with hearing no. It's okay. Life will happen again. You'll wake up in the morning, you'll do your job. It's okay. Just because they said no right now, like look at me. I said no for a year to Trista. No. And I knew after the $10, I remember just standing in the bathroom one time. I think I was drying my off. I was like, you know what? F it, let's just do it. Come on, let's go. But Trista had planted a seed. And I watched her page, and I watched her page, and I watched her page. And finally, I loved the products. I was like, why not? Why not just go for it? And that's what I did. And that's what you're doing. You're planting seeds. Every hosted post that you do, somebody saw that and said, okay. And then they're friends with somebody who also posted, and then they saw it again. So the more that you're putting yourself out there, the better off that you will be. Trista, did I cover it all?
Yes, thank you so much. The thing that I love the very most about Host to Post it is an authentic way to grow your network with people that you know are interested in what you have. So even if they don't, buy right away, I know that they're interested. So the more I keep putting it out there, they're eventually going to sign. Like they're going to become my customer. I know that because they're already interested from that like point of contact. So that's one of the reasons I love Host to Post so much. It has literally like completely transformed our businesses over the past few months. And I know that that's a lot of info and a lot of like, what is she talking about? There are so many posts in the team page about Host to Post. So just take some time and read through them. They are everything you need to know about it is in there. So, okay, Miss Jessie, I know you're going to talk about adding to your network and messaging, and it's getting late, so we'll try to do it quickly. But and then if you guys have questions, keep them coming. Like I don't have to be off at any time. So if you have questions, I want to make sure we answer everything and everybody feels comfortable before we get off of here. But we will try to cover the next couple topics pretty quickly.
Okay, so adding to your network. You guys, this is crucial. If you're working social media, you have to be continually adding to your network so that when your close friends, that close warm market dries up, you aren't like done, right? So if you think back in the day, if you weren't, if you're running a home-based business back in the day, you would have to be like booking a party from a party, basically, right? Is to keep the ball rolling. But now, like we have this amazing ability to reach lots and lots and lots of people. But at some point, you're going to be barking up the same tree, right? So you have to be adding friends to your network, people that are following you, new eyes on your page, so that you are continuing to get more interest and new interest in your products and in the business. So how do we do that? You guys, I will tell you right now, 3 years in, I don't pretty much ever now sign a customer or a distributor that I know. They all were met via social media, right? From a friend of a friend or a friend of a friend of a friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like my aunt anymore. So you're going to get to a point where you have to broaden that network. So how we do that is, Facebook will allow you to have 5,000 friends. Okay. You want to utilize a lot of that, if not all of that, right? So if you have like 100 Facebook friends and you've been in for a year and you're like, I don't know why I'm not getting any new customers. The same people are seeing your posts, right? So you have to have new people coming in. So basically how you do that is you add friends of your already existing friends, basically is what I do with that. So let's say, like, when I was getting started out, I would go to like my mom's Facebook page or my sister or my aunt, my cousin, and I would friend request their friends, right? We have a mutual friend, at least one mutual friend. But that's new eyes on my page. Now, some people are like, well, that sounds like a little shady or sketchy. No, it's not at all. It's about making new friends. Okay. And if you think about this business in the aspect of, I have products that will change people's quality of life and a business opportunity that will change everybody's, that will change somebody's whole life, like their whole life. This isn't spammy at all. Okay. So that's what I did getting started. I would go to my friends, my family, their Facebook pages, and I would just friend request some of their friends. Okay. For me, I've always just added women. You add whatever is comfortable for you. Somebody had a great idea recently of, every day when you get notifications on Facebook that it's, 5 people's birthdays, go to those people's, whoever's birthday it is that day, and add their friends. Okay. And I'm not saying go through and add 250 of all of their friends. You can be choosy about it. You can pick and choose, oh my gosh, we have 900 mutual friends. I'm clearly not going to add that person, but we have 2 mutual friends. Okay. That sounds great. Another thing you can do is go to the pages of your favorite restaurants, stores. Maybe you were recently in Gatlinburg, okay? And you can go to some of the locations that people could tag or check in at their location. Add those people, because now you have a common interest. People are always so afraid that someone's going to message them and be like, who are you? Okay, I've had that happen maybe twice in 3 years. And what I've said is, oh, you just popped up on my suggested friends, or, oh, I saw that you were recently in Gatlinburg, so was I. It doesn't have to be weird, right? But you have to expand your network to get new eyes on your page so that you are continuing to grow. Here's something that you don't want to do. You do not want to add friends of other It Works distributors, guys. You don't want to be taking your sideline, your upline, your downlines network. You don't want to be taking their potential customers or distributors away from them. Something that I also avoid, I do not ever add from the suggested friends list on Facebook, because it's matching you up with people that are like you. And most often that's other It Works distributors or other people that are running a network marketing company. So I avoid that. I do not use that. Another the way that you can add to your network is by tagging your significant other if you have one, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, maybe your mom if they're okay with that. Tagging them when you make an It Works post, because again, it's about getting more eyes on what you're doing. So by tagging Andy in my posts, I've gotten countless distributors and loyal customers who are maybe his high school friends or maybe his college friends that I didn't know, but by tagging him in that post, they're seeing that as well. Okay. So it's, again, the concept of that is just to continue to get new eyes on your info. Let's say if I'm doing an online party, you guys know that I love to do online parties. As long as I'm not doing a launch party for a new distributor, if it's somebody that's not in the business, maybe it's a customer who's having an online party for me, I will make sure that I have friend requested those party guests by the end of the party as well, okay? Because even if they haven't ordered, they're going to continue to watch my journey. They're going to continue to watch about the products and the business. So again, it's not about being weird or being spammy, but it's about growing your business. We are in a networking business, which means we need to network. Okay, we don't need to net wish. We have to spread out that network. And that's one of the easiest things that we can do to get new eyes on our pages continually. That makes sense? Okay.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, new eyes on your business at all times. Okay, Jess.
Oh, messaging.
Basics of messaging.
Okay.
Biggest thing, you guys, is do not take this opportunity away from somebody because you assume they don't need it. I can't tell you how many people I've had tell me, like, why didn't you message me? I thought I wouldn't be good at it, or I thought you thought I wouldn't be good at it because I didn't get a message from you. Never, ever take this opportunity away from somebody because you assume they don't need it. So Jess, give us like the quick
Okay.
and dirty messaging.
Okay, that's so true. I've had so many people say, well, I didn't ever say anything to you because I thought since you didn't reach out to me, you didn't think I'd be any good at this. I've heard that so many times. Okay, so posting is part one of this business, right? But having conversations and building relationships is the other part of this business. So how do we do that? We have to communicate, guys. We have to communicate with people. Like posting alone, let's say like I'm like, oh, I want to be a diamond, I want to be a double diamond, I want to be an ambassador, whatever it is, whatever your goal is, posting all in and of itself is probably not going to get you there. You have to be able to communicate with people, reach out to people, tell people when you feel like they would be good at this. You have to like put that out there. So that can boil down to letting people know that you feel like they'd be really good at this. That could boil down to you asking them if they would be willing to try a product for you. Okay. So let's talk about messaging for products, especially those of you who are going for that first 5, right? You're trying to get that $150 shopping spree. You're trying to get to the 400 club, whatever it is, getting started. Just asking, guys. The power is in the ask. Okay. This is so crucial, but it can be as simple as saying like, hey, Michelle, I don't know if you've seen or not, but I just started my It Works business. I'm super excited about it. I was wondering if you'd help me get my portfolio started. Obviously use your own words here, but I would love to set you up with a product with my 40% off discount. And I just would ask for your honest opinion. So it'd be something as simple as that. Or, hey, Aunt Sue, I know that you're always talking about how much you hate your hair. Oh my gosh, I just started this new It Works business. We have this amazing hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I would love for you to try it for me. I'll give you my discount. I just ask for your honest opinion. Okay, seriously. Now, it's very easy for people to scroll by or to not get on Facebook but once every 2 weeks and have no idea what you're doing. But when you reach out and you're like, hey, I'm building my business. I would love, 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 love for you to try a product for me. It's going to be really hard for them to say no, right? So just ask. You cannot expect to grow a huge, thriving business by just sitting and waiting for people to come to you all the time. So that's kind of about with products. Now, as far as the business goes, honestly, you guys, I love the function of the voice memo on Facebook. I oftentimes, guys, and it can be so simple, but it can just be like, okay, girl, I think your family is the cutest. I love seeing your pictures every day. You would kill it at this business. Like any chance you'd be interested in making some extra money. Can be something as short and simple as that, okay? It does not have to be this like very proper thing. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out thing, but I love to give people a compliment, tell them why I think they would be really good at this, and just ask them, right? You wanna make some extra money? You guys, as ridiculous as it sounds, when I started this business, the reason that I got that Ruby bonus right away and I got it for Andy and I just started building quickly was that I was just asking. And you guys, this is how pathetic it was. I literally, and Sarah Esch can vouch for this because she was one of the ones that got this message, but I literally said, okay, girl, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm super excited and I feel like we should do this together and we would have so much fun and we should make some money. Like, that's literally what I said. And she was like, okay. Like, okay, but people want to be a part of something and they want to know that you're excited and you're just like, hey, let's do it together, let's have some fun, let's make some money. So don't overthink it, just reach out and ask. But you also have to know that like Patty was saying, you have to be okay with the no's because most of the time you're going to get ignored. Sometimes you're going to get no's, right? And very few times are you going to get a yes right away. Very, very, very few times. But you have to know that even with the no's or even with the people that don't respond back to you, that you have planted that seed. Because if I'm like, hey, Christy, you would be amazing at this business. And then she just like flat out ignores me or is like, no, thank you. That's not something that I'm interested in. But guess what? Now for the next however many months, she's watching every single one of my posts and being like, why does she think that I'd be good at this? Do you think I would be good at this? Why do you think I should try it? Oh my God, why? Like I could use some extra money. She's making some extra money. You have planted that seed that now they're like eagle-eyeing your page now, right? Because you planted that seed that you think that they would be good at this, and now they're questioning it. So I'm just telling you guys, like, it's okay if they ignore you. It's okay if they tell you no, because no is not forever. No is just not right now. But I can tell you probably 95% of the distributors on my team told me no. They flat out told me no, but I planted a seed and they continued to watch. Mindset, you guys, oh my gosh, like you have to know, like I said, you just have to know that it's okay. You have to know that you don't have to have this crazy amount of outward support for you in the beginning. You just have to know where you're going. And you have to be willing to ask people to join you in this business or to try a product for you. And if they say no, so be it. But if you guys think about all of the potential of this business that we have, that you have to offer people. And if you look at it like I know that there are so many people out there that are struggling, and I know what this business has done for so many people on my team, that I'm being selfish by not talking about it. I'm being selfish for not saying, hey, I've seen your post about not being able to, like, you know, put gas in your car, or that you're having to go get a third job, or that you are dreading going back to work from your maternity leave. Like, I feel like I just need to tell you about this opportunity because it would be selfish of me not to. That's the mindset that you need to have when you're reaching out to people. That is the mindset that you need to have.
Perfect. I think the big thing with messaging is just be real and be genuine. If you're not spammy with it, like if you're just really talking to people, like, and being genuine about why you think they would be great, or why you think a product would be a good fit for them, or whatever the case may be. If you're genuine and you're real and you're building real relationships, like, it's not spammy. It's not awkward. It's fine. Okay. So I know it's late and everybody's like super tired, but does anybody have any last minute questions they want to ask? You can unmute yourself or type it in the chat before we hop off of here. I know
so Tammy asked, did you ever do an online party with Facebook friends? So I would not just like I've never done where I have added, that's actually something I was going to bring up tonight, is some people ask me, like, should I have a separate business page or like a separate group page to post about products versus my regular page? The answer is absolutely not. Because again, you want people to watch your journey, and most people don't know what you have, but by watching you over time, they will fall in love with it as well. So I've never like done an online party with all of my Facebook friends. Now, have I done an online party for a Facebook friend or asked a Facebook friend to host an online party? A million times. I've done them for loyal customers and given them, you know, free products for hosting. I'm a huge fan of online parties. I love them. I do them for all of my new distributors, but I also love doing them again for my existing loyal customers, or for people that are just on Facebook that maybe, you know, I just reach out and ask, like, hey, any chance you'd be interested in getting a free product from me? Host a party. But a lot of times what happens with those two is a lot of times those hostesses end up turning into distributors because they see the interest in the products. Yeah. So basically,
yeah. And I feel like these evolved over like time, because now in the beginning we used to do them like over a period of a week, and it was just like posts. But now with live video, we kind of integrate like live video in with it too. So Jess, what have you found to be the most kind of effective now?
Yeah, I change them up, and usually like I still feel like doing them over like 2 days is great. I just post more often, but I love putting in like videos and you know, doing examples of like doing the Fat Fighter demonstration live, or just talking about like why I love the greens and putting that in a live video, but just showing over a couple of days. I mean, a lot of people will do an event and just do it in one night and invite guests to join in and listen, and those are great. It just kind of depends on, I feel like it just depends on the group. Like it really just depends on what that hostess feels like their guests are going to like more. Are they going to get on at 9 o'clock on a Monday night, or do I need to just like post about some products for a 2-day period? So I usually give them that option. But I really, really like them. And I think it's a lot of fun. And what I love the most is because by the end of the party, you know that people's perception of our company and our products have drastically changed. And if it is just a customer or a Facebook friend, again, I'm adding all of those guests I'm friend requesting all of them, right? So a lot of times, even if I'm not really getting many sales during the party, it's so funny because I did an online party for, I think it was my sister-in-law, probably 2 years ago. And to this day, I continue to get sales from her friends that were part of that, because they, for the last 2 years, have been watching me, and they continue to order and new order and random orders from them. Like, it's so funny because it's just, you get them into your network, and I mean, they're a part of your network. So they're going to continue to watch. And a lot of them have become distributors. I mean, it's a gold mine. Like, I love doing them. I've never heard of that, Nina. I don't know how to answer that because I've never even heard of it.
What is it? I didn't see it.
Shakely? Shackley?
Oh.
Shakely?
Shakely? Is that a protein shake?
No one comes close to their success with 60 years of research-backed products and success. Well, I've never heard of it. So there's that.
So one thing that I get these questions a lot about, like, well, why should I do It Works over? Why is it better than Advocare? Or why is it better than? I never, ever go into, well, that company does this and that company does this, or they don't do this. I stick with what I know, which is It Works and what we do. So I never, like, you're wasting time, like, trying to, like,
compare,
research, do all, like, it's not worth it. Like, just, like, find out what you need to know about us and share that. But I never, ever try to, like,
compare.
Yeah. It's just not.
I agree. I usually say, like, well, I don't know about them. I don't know anything about that, but this is what I love about It Works. That's usually how I address those conversations.
Yeah.
And if you, like, and some of you may not even know this, but we're almost 18 years old. We're debt-free. We're $1 billion company. We're family owned and operated still to this day. Christian-based company. Like, there's a lot of amazingness in that. What else? What other questions you guys have? I think I answered the questions over here, I hope.
You guys hung in late tonight.
Yes.
Told you, me and Jess just have a tendency to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Because we love it so much. So we
Makes me happy.
It does. It's been
good.
Hey,
Trista, Jessica, this is Alicia.
Hi.
I've kind of been with Thanks for just a couple of months now, but I have just been watching things just for a little while with different people on things. And I know I don't struggle with it personally, like as an individual level, but for other people, some people start getting discouraged because they don't get distributors right away. And they really struggle with that. So I think that would be something key to, like, kind of highlight for some of the people, just so they don't get discouraged because they see those people that take off and go right away.
Yeah.
I personally don't get discouraged by that stuff. I let it just kind of, I'm planting so many seeds, and I have watched so many of you guys for like 4 years or longer with things. So me personally, I'm not stressing about any of it in any way, shape, or form. But I think that's something key that so many people turn their heads because they don't get that fast start bonus, or they don't get that fast start this or that. So if you guys would kind of touch on that for a couple of the people, I think that would really truly help people in their beginning trainings.
I would love to. And actually, Bailey, if you want to unmute yourself here in a minute and talk on this, I would love that, because she's somebody that is really good on this. But you're exactly right. So I think coming out of the gates, it's so important to know that your journey is going to be your journey. It's going to be personal to you. And it's easy. It is so easy to compare your day 1 to somebody's day 500, right? Because maybe you're looking at my post and you're like, God, like, she's just signed another distributor. Oh, she just, did this and did that. But you have to remember that, my day 560 is not going to be your day 1, right? So what I have done over time, what Trish has done over time, what all of us have done over time, is that we have built this consistently, right? But to your point, like if someone's like, oh my gosh, like she got the Ruby bonus, why didn't I get the bonus? You have to kind of do an inward check. Okay, what am I doing? What effort am I putting in to expect the effort coming out? So am I putting in a Ruby effort to get a Ruby paycheck, right? Am I asking people? Am I just making a couple posts a day and expecting all of this to happen for me and expecting, you know, that all of a sudden I'm going to be a Ruby? Or am I asking people? Am I having fun? Am I trying to hop on Zooms? Am I trying to learn? Like, what am I putting in to expect this certain result coming out? And I think that's so important is to just kind of do an inward check sometimes. But also to know that sometimes we expect things to happen very, very quickly when in reality, you're right. We have to plant seeds. Because, and Bailey, if she talks on this here in a second, she was one that got very discouraged very quickly. And she just, all of a sudden, it was like something clicked. And she got a Ruby bonus. She's charted for Emerald now, and she's headed towards Diamond in a matter of about a month. Okay, so I mean, she's literally killing it. But it was literally a mind shift of, yes, I can do this. I can believe that I can do this. And I think sometimes that's really the key is what we're telling ourselves. Are we comparing, and are we stressed out, and are we making this something like, oh my God, I can't do it. Oh my God, I can't do it. Or are we like, hell yes, I can do that because I've seen these girls do it and I will do this. And I feel like once you've made up your mind that you can do it, like, I'm going to do it. I'm putting it out there, and this is happening. Like, you guys, there's so much power in that. There's so much power in that. It's absolutely crazy. Hang on, Bailey.
Yeah, I can go. Am I unmuted?
Yes, go ahead and talk.
I'm not going to undo my video because I am a hot mess right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so I joined beginning of February, and like Jess said, I got discouraged super quick. I was like, this is not working for me. And I don't know if Ashley's still on here, but even like she'll tell people like I annoyed the heck out of her and told me to just trust the process. And I thought, she was full of it. But I signed my first distributor at the end of June. By August 1st, I had, I think, 5 distributors. And then since August, I am now, like Jess said, charted for Emerald and going for Diamond. So it kind of just like, I got my first one, and then a month later I got another one, and then like the next week I got one, and it just like snowballed. Just in the $49 promo we just had, I enrolled 5. So, yeah, as soon as you're about to quit, things start happening.
What do you feel like was your shift? Like, what do you feel like what it was that was like, what clicked for you?
Well, Ashley would like be dying right now if she was on here, but it was the self-development she kept preaching to me.
Yep.
She was like, you need self-development. You're someone who needs it. You need it so much. And I'm like, I don't need self-development. I'm fine. When I'm stressed out, I go paint, because I do that on the side. Like, that's my therapy. I don't need to read self-development books or listen to podcasts. But then I did anyway. And it just was a mind shift. It wasn't like, I want that Ruby bonus. I really don't have a choice. I need to get that Ruby bonus because I'm a single mom. I need that money. Yep. And then, I got it. I started with over 1,200 in volume for September to get it. And I did all of it except 310 BV all by myself. I signed triple the LCs that month than I ever had before. So I decided I had to do it. It wasn't optional.
Yep.
And that's me this month. I still have a 10 to get the Emerald bonus, but I'm going to do it.
I have no doubt. Oh, I'm so proud of you, Bailey. Oh my gosh. Like it's seriously amazing. But that's what it boils down to. And that's what I'm so glad that you were on here to say that, is because I feel like a lot of times, and I was the same way, you get out and you're shy and you're like, oh my God, putting myself out there is so scary. And, but what if I say I'm going to do it and it doesn't happen? you know, you have all of these fears and all of these what ifs, but man, I'm telling you what, if you make up your mind that you're going to do something, nobody can tell you that you can't. Nobody can stop you from doing it. And just like Bailey said, it was like I'm about to quit because this isn't happening quickly enough, but oh shit, maybe I haven't done everything that I can do. I'm going to do the self-development and I'm going to learn more about how I tick, and all of a sudden, bam, there it is. Like, you guys, I'm not even kidding you. This business is 80% in your head. It is 80% in your head. Like, decide that you can do it. Make up your mind that you're going to do it. Decide that it does not matter who is in your cheering section at the time. But God, you guys, think about what is on the line. Think about the potential. Think about what your life can become in a matter of months. There's no other opportunity out there in the world like that. There really isn't. There really, really isn't. Okay, good job. Thank you, Bailey, so much.
Thank you, Bailey. That was awesome. Amazing.
Anybody else? Alicia, that was a great question. Okay. You guys, it is so late. I'm so sorry.
We talk.
Okay, I
So
did
much.
record this. So if you want to come back and like go through something that we talked about, feel free. I'm going to post it in the team pages, so we'll have that. But thank you guys seriously so much for hopping on. Like, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it and how much it excites us and how much we just know, like, oh my gosh. I know that Tristan and I feel the same way. Like, this is what got us going in the beginning, and this is really what lit our fire to go fast. And I'm just proud of you guys. Thank you so much for hopping on here tonight. So if you guys think of anything later and you want to message us and ask us a question, please feel free to.
Have a good night.